Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Mario again from Virtual Window Shop. First, I want to say thank you for listening and following and hearing what I have to say. We see more victims coming out of this company. As you noticed in the last videos, we went to go talk to the city council. I'm going to post all those emails so you guys can write to them. Now, the city council can't do anything, but they need to be aware that they have a company in their district stealing from people, stealing from veterans, stealing from people who don't have the money, tricking them, and then not completing the work. And they're getting away with it. It's sad. So we went to Trustpilot today, and as you notice, you'll notice before I get started that we put a GoFundMe page just in case we need all the help we can, because we're really trying to stop these companies, because we realize Appsketier is not the only one. There's a lot of other companies that are doing this type. They don't have to produce anything. What they do is they use your money to get their business going, and they know there's nothing you can do about it because they're protected by the city council, the AG, because of contracts. And those contracts are manipulated. They're bad contracts, and you don't know anything because you're trusting this company to do the work. But if you notice here, they have a 5-star, excellent, 552 reviews. Now, as I said before, these reviews, he asks you to do these reviews in the second week when everything's on fire. He's showing you all these things you can do. Put your plans on paper, and when you see them, you're like, wow, that's great. You actually feel like you're in the hands of a great company. In reality, that's as far as it can go. And later on, everything collapsed after you signed a review. So I'm telling people now, don't do any reviews until the whole thing's over. But you'll notice in a minute when I show you all these reviews. And I sent a letter to Trustpilot, and they say, yeah, they were kind of suspicious, but they even write it here like what's going on with the reviews, like the kind of fishy, how they do them. So we start with the first one, May 2024. This is about the time I sued them. You'll see here, 4 years still not completed. Yeah, they stopped working on your app 8 months into the program, and you're. What's sad about this company is that you're talking to them thinking they're completing your app, and they're wasting your time. There's, oh yeah, we're working on it, and your mindset is like, oh, they're probably doing something. No, they're not doing anything. Zero. They stopped around 8 or 9 months, and they're not even concerned about you no more. You gave them the money. They're to a new victim, and at the same time, that's my dog. I'm sorry. There's a new they found a new victim, and then they go to the next one. So, see, we have exhausted all efforts at this juncture. They've been emailing, but they're ignoring you. They've been ignoring you after the 9th month, because they got your money, and they're not fixing anything. They're trying to learn too at the same time here. Around this time, they're still trying to learn, and the person who was working on this at the time was Zachary, and he has no clue what he's doing. But they send the app to get done somewhere, and they find the cheapest person. Like my app was done with an outdated program, and that outdated program crashed, and I'm pretty sure they were still doing the same thing because they have no clue what they're doing. I feel like they went to school for about a month, and then they go, oh, I think I can do this, and get a hold of me if you're watching my videos. And this one gets me. Now, this is the time we started suing them. And then when this one came out too. And this one here, when I read it, it's kind of suspicious. Fantastic work right away. It's not like we've been working on the app. Oh, fantastic work over the course of 2 years. 2 years. That's a long time. The team helped us work through the business model concept. 2 years, And reason this one's just fishy too a little bit is because he usually makes you do the reviews in 1 week or 2 weeks. All of a sudden, we're suing him. He's getting bad reviews. And this guy comes out and says, oh, over 2 years. An app should take 8 months to develop if you have the right company, like he said. He was supposed to be an expert, so we're calculating about 8 months, 9 months with everything they're doing for an app. It should be done around 8 or 9 months. All right, but some of the things that get me is that they're backing them up. Like, stay with us through the beta testing and knocked it out of the park with a finished product. Our app was quite involved, but he doesn't tell you. So if it's finished, boy, I'd be putting a little bit of marketing here. Our app is this, but he doesn't put it in here. The development does not take place overnight. Now he's explaining um, that, kind of trying to reason with people so they go, oh, no. For people having issues, it doesn't happen overnight. The team is fairly quiet during the coding. This is exactly what he told us when he was saying, hey, don't come in and change stuff. It's gonna You're probably gonna hear from us because we're working. Every time you move something, we have to change everything. It's gonna cost more money. So you say, okay, we'll trust you and know that you're building our app. At the same time, they're not building anything. But he explains it like he works for them. So this is what gets me about this review. Not saying that he's not a customer and he got his product out, but 2 years, and then explaining the patience, and then I go, wow, this is crazy. So, and then December 2023, this is one of the ones around the same time. My team listens and put my ideas first. It was only one team. It's everybody's team because they didn't have a lot of people. I have no problems with lagging and responded to quickly. These folks are kind, concerned, professional, and they know what they're doing. I have spent 10 years in music. I'd like to know if you ever got this done. But so the team is so great. The dedication, the attention to what I need, the persistent encouragement to complete steps, keep the process move and worry free. When I fall behind tasks due to a busy schedule, the team is right there coaching and keeping the dream alive. I'm so grateful I got Appsketier because Lord knows business is where the wrong one is. Uh, 28, 24. These started coming out when I was reviewing them, and not reviewing them, when I was suing them. All of a sudden, these come out like working with the right team. Oh, they're great. It takes a while. So either he pays them or I don't know, like, because I would be talking about it, that what my app is. So I found this company, Appsketiers, on Google News Real Ads. You see here, 2 star, 3 reviews. So we'll look at the 3 reviews in a minute. I don't know. It might be a review with other companies. But we'll still look at them. I set up for a call today at 14:15 hours. Now, when I see that another veteran, or it has to be someone working with the military, because people just don't use 14:15. But what he does in this one, I seen this one now. See, this is the latest one, June 30, 2026. Come up with 495 to start. If accepted by their council, they're gonna accept it. If accepted by their consulting team, I told them I would need 2 months to come up with that and let go. So yes, I understand this would be an investment. He then said they will call me back in 2 months. No date set, but we'll review it until after I came up with the 500. This just happened today, 6/30, 2026. It's 14:59. It's right now. I ran through these reviews well because that is what I do when looking at companies to deal with. Now, she's looking at the reviews. She's looking at the high rating. But like I said before, he controls that. If I was you and you're listening to me right now, I would definitely stop working with this team and just listen to what I'm saying. Don't give him no more money because he's gonna use you. He's gonna use uh, your inexperience of knowing what's happening, and he's gonna make it look good. So, but either way, long story short, I'm not getting anything good from what I see. Sure, there are a lot of good ratings. Yeah, there's not. They're fabricated, but over the years, I found more truth in low reviews than in reviews that just say how good they are. I found way more. She's smart. She's smart. She's looking at the reviews in a different perspective. A 2 star because I didn't get anything professional out of conversation with the guy. Spoke with Jeremy, a new guy. Had it been professional, there would have been a date and time. Boy, she's smart. She literally just she sees it. That's great. I'm great that She didn't go with him. Almost like he was blowing me off because I currently unemployed. I am a vet. I told you. This is my honest first encounter with Appsketiers. Hey, if you're listening, I would definitely go away. Oh, reply from Appsketier. They don't reply. You're right that a call you in 2 months with no actual date isn't good enough. And I'm sorry that's how the call ended. On the tone, nothing but someone's employment status should ever change. How confidential, professional we speak with them, and it sounds like you walked away feeling. Now he gaslights everything. He gaslights everything, and what I'm saying is that he tries to do the same thing with me, but I wouldn't let him do it. He tries to make sure that you're the one, that you're the problem. That's especially disappointing to hear, given you're a veteran, because now my other videos I pointed out that how he's stealing from veterans. When I went to the city council, I told him he's doing this to a lot of veterans who fought for this nation, who gave their lives to this country, and he literally just taking advantage of that because they know they're looking for something great, and oh, what a great opportunity, they have money, so he takes advantage of that. But he said yes, pricing is face, ignition, mapping, and coding because each face is scoped to what your app actually needs. Neither is a secret, but if it wasn't explained clearly, your call, that's on. No, he hanged up because he's trying to use a tactic to, oh, you know what, you need us, oh, call me back, and that's what you it's a tactic he uses to make you pay. Okay, I'll pay you. Let me go further. So you don't want to pay, we're not listening. Your dream's over, basically. And that kind of makes you feel like, oh, maybe I'm messing up. Maybe I should pay him so we can get to the next one. They're all tactics, all of them. But thanks for taking the time to write this. It's kind feedback that makes us better. They're not gonna get better. She saved herself. She saved herself from she saw the garbage that how he treated her already, and that was a tactic, and she's smart. But he's a master of manipulating everything. But yeah, he says you're right. He says you're right, and then he gaslights everything from there on, and he starts explaining how everything works. Well, that should have been explained on the first phase. They're only interested in people who have money right away, and they're not gonna do anything. So January 2026. Appsketier team is definitely a team I work with. 10-5, no typo, extremely accommodating, reasonable, willing to explain, also deliver ideas. This is just a start because I have a good bit of ideas. I don't know what that means, but it says 10-5, no typo. I don't know. So I'm not too sure about that. I'm overwhelmed by the professionalism. All these came up later, like they have taken my imagination and ran with it. I'm very excited to get to the mapping process. Here we go. So when he talks about the mapping, she's on the second phase here, and so all this here, she's being moved along, she's being pushed along, and it looks like they're doing something. But at the end of this whole thing, she started 2025, Kelly, and I'd like to see if she had anything finished, But so, absolutely amazing experience. I'm only through the first phase. Here we go. See, he makes you do the reviews on the first phase, and he gave a. First phase, my experience has been amazing. The team responded in a timely manner. They pay attention. Hey, can you do a review? Can you do a review? It's only the first phase, right? And you're excited because he's giving you everything you need in the beginning, and so he makes you do this. Of course, that's why his rating is so high, because these first phasers are getting him reviews and it's going up. So I am completely through the process. So I am not completely through the process. Here we go again. But the beginning stages have been wonderful. The beginning, see, again, can you do a review on us? So no complaints so far. You will complain. October 2025. If he hasn't had your app done yet and it's been past and you're still waiting for him to do it, I can guarantee if it's been past 8 months, he's not doing anything. Ask him to see the source code. Ask him, hey, we like to see the source code and we want to see the last work you've done. Ask him. You're entitled to that. or not, go to AWS or get another developer to see if anything has been done in the last months that he says he's fixing. See, if he hasn't fixed anything yet and you still don't have an app, it's because he stopped. I can guarantee he's not doing anything. I'll say one, look, he started getting a lot of people. October 1, 2025. And all of a sudden, this is the time I started reviewing them. This is the time I started suing them. And all these, later on, these people started coming out, and I couldn't stop it because I was trying to explain to people, don't sign with this guy, Sorry, I have a hiccup. Boy, this guy likes to type, large fonts. These guys are great. They're responsive. Communication is A1, and they ask me questions I hadn't even asked myself. I tried and searched through countless companies, and instantly I was in the right place. They made me feel comfortable. They do. They work pretty great at trying to get you to your side where to earn your trust. In the beginning, all this is being done, manipulated. But if you want an actual team behind you and somebody that's going to get the job done, look no further, because soon after you'll be celebrating success. Okay, I don't no idea what he's doing or what phase he's in. Like my ideas had Warren, I was confident. My idea, this way I get it. Like, it's not one idea; it's my ideas. And, is he getting something done? And so it's kind of fishy when I see these, because um, these are being done. These reviews are coming out. They started coming out pretty fast when I had contacted my lawyer and I showed him, look at all these reviews coming out. I'm great. This is great. But they don't tell you anything. It just says, like my ideas, Warren, I was confident details of business would stay confidential, which was paramount in my decision. If you want an actual team behind you and somebody that's going to get the job done, look no further, because you all be celebrating success. You all be selling. So they're targeting customers. Like, he's targeting people. Hey, to me, another one. Like, he's part of a team here, and he's trying to get, you all be celebrating success. It's not, I'm celebrating success. I'm doing great. Because if you see the real reviews, they're talking about what they're doing. I'm in the beginning stage. They're very helpful, very kind. No complaints so far. They're not telling people, hey, come sign with them. They're not promoting them. They're talking about where the face they're on. And this is how you can tell these are true reviews, So, and it tells you. So they make this process possible, but also easy and professional. Just getting started, but I believe it's a beginning of something big. You see that? Another one. Just getting started. And hey, can you do a review? Yeah, he does a review. Let me go to this one here. That's what else he has. When you want to make a song, someone cry, give them a song. Yo, I can't underestimate how powerful this gift is. It was from my mom, but I can't help but become emotional every time I play it for myself, because it brings back the memories that inspired it and how those times made me feel. For $29, it is a bargain. I hope they keep the price reasonable so everyone can. So he's reviewing something else, foreversongs.com. So then he reviews Appsketier. So different, a little different, So, but it goes on, So I like this one. Like I said, he reviews them, but she doesn't answer back. Don't answer back. Walk away. That's what I tell you. So here we go. Linda, one review. I know her. I'm currently on an ongoing app project, 2025. We Appsketier, and to be honest, it has been one of the most difficult business relationships I ever experienced. I started this project in July 2024, and instead of a branded, polished app, I was given something very generic and disappointing. I can guarantee if I had that app examined, it probably has no coding on it. It's all a bunch of mess. It's not even functional. So the owner, Nick, also has been condescending. Yeah, she got it. That's what he is. He's condescending, but he looks at himself as a gift of God to the app world. And what I told people, what happens if you put him down, he gets upset. That's his kryptonite. He doesn't like to look bad, and when we point these videos out about him, he really gets upset. Like last time he called a lawyer because I mentioned some things about him. he doesn't want the negative reviews, and not only him, uh, Jack Cheshire and all those other people that work for him. They're part of the whole system. Hold on, guys. So I'm doing this early in the morning, so I'm drinking a great cup of coffee. One thing I had known up front, all of our work is outsourced. At no point I was informed of this. Yeah, I didn't know either. They take it to the cheapest person, and what they did with mine, like I said, they used a program that was old, and he didn't even know. When I said, "Did you know that you have to that they had to update the app?" Oh yeah, he wrote back. I'll show the guys an email where he has no clue until I told him the stuff that was going on. And one of the issues we had with the app one time, I researched it and I told him, hey, you have to. It says here you have to look at the token. What? Oh, so he's learning at the same time. We go, okay, I'm gonna look at that instead of going, no, no, we know that. It's just I started realizing that this company was not real during that time when we started talking about that. So while the project is technically still in progress, I want to share this as a cautionary note to anyone considering working with them. Buyer beware. I'll continue to update this as things progress, but right now the situation has been more stress than success. It's been 2025, and I'm telling you right now, if they haven't they haven't done anything yet, 2025 to fix your app, they're not going to. He took your money. He knows there's nothing he can do because he's protected by the city council people and all the government because of his contracts. So they'll arrest one person, like I wrote about. They arrested this guy in Georgia for stealing suitcases that belonged to Beyonce. They gave him the full force of government prison sentence, because of money. But this guy is literally taking advantage of a lot of people, and yet he's getting away with it. And you notice he doesn't answer back on the ones that he knows he's wrong. Look, there's nothing responded like he responded for the other person. He ignores it because he knows he's trapped, because it's gonna open a gateway of arguments in front of the review here, and he doesn't answer him. I did one in the beginning too. I said, "Oh, what a great company! I can't believe this is getting done." Then I rewrote a new one later, and that's what everyone should do. August 2025, same one, same time almost, so this team, Appsketier, are very well put together, very strong communication. Communication with the project of such was one of the biggest fears, being that I've taken chances on a project like this before, and it wasn't half of what they're bringing up to the table when it comes to a lot of things. Of what would it take to create my app behind the scenes was very well explained for each phase we're on, and what to come. So far, we finished the design phase. Okay. Sorry, guy. And he's in the beginning too, the design phase. And January 2025, I'd like to know if you got it done. So and they go on and on. I just keep showing you guys. You know, can't wait for the finished product. Appsketier has given a dream life. I'm really pleased with the customer service. Yeah, they treat you nice. They take your money after this whole thing's done. It's been over a year. They're not done. They only have one person working. One person at the time. You think he's doing all these apps at the same time, really smooth? No, there's like that one person Linda said. She said that they're sending outsourcing their work. They send it, so they have no clue. You could do the same thing. You can start a company, outsource your work, and then but when it comes back, they can't fix it because they have no idea what they did. They send the app to the wrong person, and they found the cheapest person to do it, and they got ripped off too. But they don't take a risk because you're paying for all of it. Excellent experience so far. The team does great work and can make ideas reality. So now I'm assuming that April 17th, 2025, he just got started with them. Appsketier Development Company has been pleasant and absolutely professional in designing an app for me. The whole team with Jonas, Vanessa. Okay, so designer Lewis. Yeah, this is the same person who's working for them. I'm gonna talk about him soon. He reached out to me every step of the way, involved me in development process. Always wanted a feedback. I'm 100% satisfied with the finished product, and I will absolutely recommend Appsketiers if you're trying to develop an app. Well, what is your app, guy? Consumer. one review, April 11. What is your app? What did you build? And that's what I'm curious. Like, so far so good. Yes, we're still in phase one. Phase one right there, and he makes you do them. He has. This is why his rating is so high. People don't see that. To Trustpilot, um, he's making people do the reviews because he knows he's using this to lure people. Like that one veteran that was looking, she says, I saw the reviews. She's not putting it together yet because she's just seeing the stars, and but when I'm pointing them out now, I'm telling people this is the key word. He makes you do the reviews on phase one. Staff members have been great. Anytime I have a question, they answer. They are very accommodating. Have you noticed that all the reviews, when they say, "Oh, they're great," they're listening to me. Yeah, because at that phase, they're trying to take your money. That's all it is. But wait 3 or 4 months later, five, they start slowly leaving you to the next victim. Very professional designs. They were completed very quickly, and I was updated to the process. Very happy so far, and looking forward to the next steps. He's not done, and I'd like to know if he ever got done. Working with his team was fantastic. Jonas was incredibly helpful. Jonas, through the process, always responsive to my needs. And Lewis, again, what a magician. He transformed my concept into something even better than I imagined. Highly recommended this talent team. Again, they're just starting out, these people. And they have this. This wasn't around when I was doing it. This one downside, I only have the idea startup fees of 425 ish, and since I don't have that at the moment, just an idea, we agreed to reconnect in a month. He was polite, informative, and company seems legit. So honestly, I'm no techie when it comes to computers. I'm pretty useless, but if someone manifests a little extra cash flow next month and the team of Appsketier feels confident about my idea moving forward, they're going to feel confident no matter if your idea is a piece of crap. They're going to give say it's the best idea. They don't care. They're just taking your money. So it just goes on and on, and um, but what I'm trying to point out on these reviews is that all the reviews are done in the first phase, second phase, because he's asking people to do them, and this will go on to all of them. If I go through all the reviews, you'll see he does them to all of them. So um, even though he has um, what do you call it, like a 4.5, the 552 reviews will just keep going on, saying, "Oh, we're in the first phase, we're in the first phase," and all this great stuff. But I just want to show this to you guys. But there's bad reviews in here, and what I did today, I went to the first place, so you can see how I'm looking at the reviews. So not just me, it's actually the other companies too. So the Trustpilot is actually seeing it the same way. There's something fishy going on with the reviews. The team I have been great throughout the process. Everything has been easy to understand so far, even when someone like me with very little knowledge. And this is what he is he is literally just banking that you don't have any knowledge, and that's what he's after. He's after people who have no knowledge about what's going on. Appsketiers are the best creative team. Appsketiers are the best creative team I have ever worked with. And I mean, other teams. He worked with other teams before this review. Uh, maybe he's talking about something else. But when I see that, I say, Appsketier are the best creative team I ever worked with, meaning that he made other apps, or he's talking about teams in general. They ask for your honest idea and put everything together. It has been a great journey for me. I would love to connect with them again on another idea. If you want to put a great idea app together with Appsketier. Okay, this what gets me about this one here is that he done an app. Now, what I would advertise it. I would market it here. I would have said, Appsketier created my app, which is like me. I put virtual window shop. They created my app, and we're done. But he doesn't even market on this idea. He says, "Oh, I'll get another one done." What was your first one, Cody? If you don't mind, I'm not saying that you didn't get something done, because he could have gotten one done or two done, but most of the people you see never got theirs done. They were very upfront about everything and work with me to understand need my idea. Design is incredible. The design phase one, you know, can you will you do a review on us because it looks great. Everything looks great in phase one. The friendly manner again. See, he bangs on this, and it sounds like when you talk to him, he says that that tone. Oh, this guy sounds like he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't. The patience and continuous communication about the design process. So he's in the first one. You know, normal one review. So here's another thing to notice. If it's your first review, one review, one review, one review, one review, it's telling you he's making you do the reviews. Because if these people did actually review on certain things, then you will have like 5 reviews on different companies or 4 reviews on different companies. By seeing one review, one review, one review, he's asking you to do them. And that's why you see they're doing this because they're so happy with him at the time. See, Appsketier did a fantastic job in the ignition phase. And the ignition phase, this is the beginning on my app. Yeah, March 6th, 2025. He's happy to go to the next phase. Everybody is, you know. This group has been a great asset. This group has been a great asset to me. I appreciate the help and guidance. I would like to see a little more detail with phase one. Here we go. See? But I do respect the help I have so far. Thank you. Review one, phase one. He just started. So, I don't know how many more times I can explain this. This is mine. After many years, I wrote. You're not alone. This is when I started going after them. And I explained to people here, I have been nice and tried to resolve this professionally, and now I'm doing what should have been done years ago. We took the application to Germany to be examined by professionals. He didn't know I was doing this at the time. And he was still trying to say it was my fault. I didn't know what I was doing. I was messing up all the stuff. And then I told my lawyer, hey, drop that letter, that investigation we did on him. We paid over $7,000, $8,000 to get the app examined by professionals. And that's how I got those documents. Those documents tells you that they're not professional. They're basically amateurs. They have no idea what they're doing. And so it's bad. So we took them to court, and still the owner continued to shift blame and even tried to hold me accountable. The team continued to call me a liar and tried to antagonize me. And as a veteran of 24 years defending our country, it was sickening. I could not listen everything. I could not list everything here. It would take days of writing. So I'm using my YouTube channel to showcase every email findings and investigation by a well-known company in Germany. If you want to know more, then you can see this soon. This is where people started contacting me. I put here virtual window shop. You can hear me speaking. Show you how much it costs for lawyers. Appsketier continues. We're sending letters to the Attorney General in Georgia, and we done that. We actually went and spoke at the city council. I have contact with them, telling them they have a big issue with this company. As you notice, guys, the reviews look great, but in reality, they're set up by him. So he made those reviews happen. No one reviewed them on their own content. Like, oh, he wouldn't have this review. He does that so when people look him up, they just see the stars. They don't see the first phase of the application. And so the first one I had done, so when I did my first review, I did one in a couple other companies because now I'm working, knowing that a lot of companies exist and they are really, they're really not trying to help you, So to say, when I did mine here, I did it here on February 2025, and then all of a sudden you see all these other ones that are coming out. Oh, they're a great company. They listen to us, Norma, one review, Michael, one review. And you start seeing them like, oh, we completed all this. It's great. They do it after I submitted all this. And so they would have been profession very receptive to my input. I will highly recommend they to anyone looking to bring their ideas to life. So, and a great team deserves a great team. A great app deserves a great team. Let Appsketier help your dream. Now, he's advertising for them. He's advertising. That's what gets me. I came up with a great app idea and thought for a while on how I could make this work, put into hands. See, I had no idea what I was doing. I have no app background or knowledge how making one works. I did, however, have Google, and I put some time and effort into finding Appsketiers with nothing but tons of great reviews. And that's what the whole key was, to get you to see the reviews. But he's not pointing out that the reviews are done on phase one. So I pitched him my idea, 100% on board to make this come to life. Of course, 100%. Yes, I said for me, I get to my own boss. Oh, I guess he's saying he's gonna be his own boss and share my thoughts on how I wanted this to go. And they went above and beyond, seeing the first steps come to life. Here it is. Seeing the first steps come to life. One review. First phase. Everyone on my project is all hands on every day with some of the best communication ever. Again, they know this is the key word. They communicate for you in the beginning, get all the stuff, and then soon they leave. I cannot wait to see my finished product into the hands of others to enjoy. Do the review now. See what they did. Maybe he did some. I don't know. Maybe he sent it to the right team, and some of these were done. But the majority of these people who wrote on the first phase probably got ripped off. And they're afraid to come out because they feel embarrassed. They go, don't feel embarrassed. Come in and write the real thing. He never finished. I like this. He misspelled it. The Appsketiers are a pleasure to work. The Appsketiers are a pleasure to work with, skilled, professional, and efficient. I highly recommend. December 2024. Oh, Ken Street. Didn't we just see Ken Street up here? Didn't we just see him up here? Oh, no, that's Cody Zen. Well, for a second, I thought I saw him. So, no, it's the same one. So, we go to 3. Thank you, Appsketiers. Process has been smooth, easy. I'm excited about the future. To me, 2024, he's so he's in the first phase. I can tell you that much because he's talking about. Oh, I can't wait to see the future and see what's going to happen after this app is done. So Madison Delaney, one review, things you should know about my experience with Appsketier on 2024. I paid for development phase in November 2022 and January 2023. We agreed to the business requirements, specification. I was given 6 to 8 months time. I told you guys, this is the time. They tell you, they know that it should take around 6 to 8 months to finish your app. And because the coding now has changed, and at this time, coding is becoming more accessible and easier to understand. Everyone has their own coding, and they know exactly what they're doing. A lot of developers know what they're doing. Hold on, guys. Appsketiers lets you know they go dark during development. The same thing. These are the same things. He says, "Hey, we're gonna be working on this, so don't bother us and checking in and see things are." He's trying to make you sure that you don't complain about anything on this forum. So he moves you away. So there's no communication on email. And one of the things he likes to do is calls you on the phone to talk about the issues because nothing's being recorded. So he doesn't like emails. You can say all this stuff in the email. Say, hey, my stuff is not done. He'll say, oh, can we have a phone call? Can we talk? He doesn't want to go any further than that because then they're going to have proof that he's not getting anything done. Is it typical for development company? Is there typical check-ins with stakeholders to ensure development is on track according to the BRS, or to agree or changes should something not be technically feasible? For example, in November 2023, I was shown a demo on my app that was not fully functioning. So he gave me a demo too. That's all he did. He gave me a demo, and it didn't go anywhere. The demo, I didn't know it was a demo. That's what they tried to deploy. They tried to deploy a demo of my app, not a real app. So when they did it, the major company said this app's not even deployable, and they tried to push the demo into app, which they did, because the rules for Apple and Google are not that strong at the time. They're getting more concerned about what's coming into their platforms. The issues I could see were supposed to be resolved before they push the app store, and they don't. They don't know what they're doing. They just throw it out there so they can finish with you and move to the next one. On the demo, I asked about a testing environment and was told the only way for me to test my ad was for it to be published. Yep, same thing. Later on, I found out that yeah, you're part of the process to test the app because you're invited. And this right here tells you that one of the things that developers don't know, or people who develop an app, is that they should be part of the AWS. This is one of the reasons we're trying to create a new, almost like an advice team, so you can send us, you join us. We want to get this program going under Virtual Window Shop Consumer for apps, and what we want to do is have lawyers ready, all this kind of stuff, so nobody falls into these traps. So if you're developing an app, we want to be part of that process, and that process is going to they have no choice but. And we look at everything and we'll say, yeah, no, that doesn't make no sense. Should have been done. We'll write letters. We'll have letters, and we'll have lawyers on the side. And that's something I've been trying to do for a while. And we do have lawyers on standby, and we know what lawyers what to get. We know where to send the paper, uh, the app to get tested, and know what your rights are. And what we do is we have professional developers who will sit down and say, oh, no, that shouldn't happen. Make sure they do this. But all this he's doing, he's tagging you along, he's moving you along, and saying all these things because you don't know, you don't know what that. It shouldn't be done that way. You should be able to look at your app and have the keys to to your app and see what's going on. So once the app was published, it became apparent the BRS had not been met. Same thing with me. He didn't meet it. He was running out of time, and so he needs to get you going. You sign that contract. You say. You sign it because you're moving to the next phase, and then all of a sudden it's no good. Within a couple of weeks, the app break again, completely giving me a blank screen. Same thing. Actually, mine showed the coding. I had pictures where I tried to log in through the App Store, and the codes showed up. All the coding was on the app, and I told him that, and he didn't know what he was doing. I was finally made aware that a testing environment does exist, test flight. This can be used, but he doesn't explain the whole test flight thing. He doesn't know what your job is. He tells you what they told you, what he said earlier. He says, we're going dark, so don't, this is typically check-ins with stakeholders. It's just, they go dark so you don't bother them, and there's no things, they're building something, but they don't know what they're building. Said the UX design should not be considered part of the BRS. These are screenshots through the BRS of the design. And it just goes on, and so this, see, he tells you right here, I simply thought I need to sign so I could gain access. This app is called Social Quest, and I'm sure there would be no issues pointing everyone to it as example quality of work Appsketiers. There are newer builds that have been published, as I will not be removing the facts of my experience with this company. Since I posted the above review on Google, Appsketier has reached out to publish the latest build to the App Store. Although the latest builds still do not fulfill the requirements of BRS, I understand, given the nature of the past several months working with them, I have requested a pause in our working relationship until the matter resolved through the necessary channels. 2024, and this is the time where we're suing him. He knows we're suing him, and he's trying to meet people. I think it's because of us, because we really have lawyers and we went through them, and he's trying not to get any more bad reviews because it's going to look bad on him. And even all the way to the courthouse, he lied. He just continued lying till we showed him the paperwork that we tore up the whole app and showed him all the defaults. He went silent, and he wanted to settle. And like I said, he wanted to give me back $5,000 for all the money he took. I couldn't do that. Like I said, the reason we didn't do that is because I had to pay my lawyer another $10,000 just to file another motion. Go, no, we need $40,000. He was gonna go up. I can give you $10,000. Then I have to pay my lawyer again, and then this would have been like a rotation until I spend another $40,000 with my lawyers. And he knows that. He knows. So he understands how the court system works. So it's just sad. So my idea says taking vision and just play it wonderfully. So he's not done. He just started. So transparent, honest, realistic throughout communication process, creative, modern, innovating, and highly knowledgeable. So I don't know what to say about those. Cayman is focused, friendly, fast, and professional. I don't know who Cayman is. I met all the other ones, Lewis, Design, but when you look up, I'll show you a review later on. how there's only like three people when you go to the review to get a job there, you'll see someone pointing out there's only three people working there. So I don't know who this person is. I think they hired people off the street and said, "Hey, you want to work here?" And then they put them in the front, and all of a sudden they just handling all the work. And next thing you know, it's like these guys quit because they're really not developers. So great so far. The understanding of our app idea and park in phase one. Do you guys see it yet? I mean, I hope that this is enough. But this is something you guys need to look at. It just it just continues going. This one gets me. Angels experience I survey multiple developers often fail. However, Appsketiers made a significant difference in my making sure I felt heard and addressing all my questions with unmatched professionalism. Overall, Appsketiers offers a standout service with client-centric, complex mobile application developed or more accessible and less intimidating. Their team's attentiveness and commitment to client satisfaction. They sound like it's been written by, um, like someone from working from there. Okay, let me tell you something about. I'm gonna click on it. Angel. When you see United States, there's no other information about them. Just says Angel. This is something they use a lot in the app world. They start using names like Angel. One of the companies we're dealing with, um, Angel Web Promotions, they use the word Angel a lot to deceive a lot of people. All right, guys, there's more to it. You want me to do another one on the other ones? Let me know. This is kind of fun, So, but if you're one of these reviewers, I would love to hear from you. Come in and let's continue working and exposing this company. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.